Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atira Atila binti Ibrahim, which is I'm the group leader of my group, which is Peppermint Linux. I have 4 member groups, which is me and Nabil, Shaki, and Adi. Okay, to begin our project demonstration, we will present the first one, which is the design and configuration of our private virtual network topology. Okay, as required by the specification, we have established a clear multi-home infrastructure for the core validation for our system parameters. First is regarding the host names. Our central server node is configured with the official system hostname server, and our client node is designed as client, ensuring a clean administrative hierarchy. Okay, for the second one is regarding our server IP address topology. The internet communication adapter on our server is assigned a fixed static IP address of 192.168.1.254 with a standard class C subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. This serves as the authoritative local area network default gateway for our entire corporate subnet. Okay, next is I will explain about difference of static versus dynamic IP. An essential architectural decision in this topology is the differentiation between static and dynamic IP addressing. We utilize a static IP address for our Linux server because server infrastructure components must remain permanent and predictable. If a server's IP change dynamically, connected client would lose their pathing anchor, causing all networks daemons like our web or SFTP server to drop connection bounds. Conversely, we utilize dynamic IP address via DHCP for our client workstations. This automates the IP lifecycle management cleanly, preventing manual allocation and eliminating IP address configuration collision when new workstation attached to the corporate switch fabric. Finally, we must address external network boundary verification. Our network topology isolates corporate internet assets while keeping our management plan active. To achieve this safety, our Linux server is equipped with a dual interface gateway strategy. First interface is explicitly mapped to the VirtualBox NAT hypervisor engine, functioning as a dynamic one client. This allows our server to establish secure outbound translation rules to talk directly to the public internet. As proven in our testing logs, running a live ping to a public DNS passed with 0% package loss, enabling system administrators to pull updates and download package binaries cleanly. For interface 2 is mapped entirely to our isolated internal network switch fabric. It handles internal broadcast smoothly, but prevents any direct expose of our servers internal files of our clients, workstation to public internet chats.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Nabil Muhammad Tam. My metric number B1525101111. So, I'm from Bazi, C AI, Artificial Intelligence. I'm from S1G2. Okay, I'm going to talk you guys about our mini projects, operating system. So we use Linux and Debian. And Linux, Debian. First of all, what I'm going to talk to guys, I'm going to talk about DHCP. What is stand for DHCP? DHCP means, I think, okay, this is more proper, right? Okay, DHCPs mean dynamic host configuration protocols. What is usage for? The DHCP is used for automatically assign IP address to client at the network. It means we don't need to enter manually IP address, right? For my laptop, there is IP address, right? And then for another device, I need to enter manually. That's a very frustrated, right? So that's the function of DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol. It assign for the device. What the DHCP is also provide subnet, gateway, and DNS. So what I'm going to do is I'm making a server and a client. I'm going to ping netted the what we call the network so that it can connect together. So first of all, for the server, I'm writing a sudo nano, but I forgot about the space at the nano. I think it's yeah, right. It's not command farm. The server is this. Yeah. This is our network interface. So at this we can see this auto IMP0S8 iFit iNet static. This is a static host. So this is made up what we call it. We cannot change the address. Address 162.168.1.25 is the address, and then the mask is 255.255.255 because yep. In here, like this. I think I can zoom. Yeah, this. We can see this. The IP address is this, and then the subnet mask is this. So I'm making the same thing too. Yeah. And then we save and exit. And systemctl restart network. Okay. This we're going to restart the network to make sure that the address and the netmask is correct, so that we can try to do this ipt install. Yeah, I'm installing the I see the FTP server. Then I'm now upgrading, and then upgrade. Yes, that's all. I think that it's very easy. And then I'm gonna default of this DHCP server. This is the main for the server terminals. Just write the interface before. Let's write the ANP P0S8. That's all. And then we can save and exit. Oh. And then sudo nano slash etc slash dhcp slash dhcpd dot conf. This is we need to configuration the dhcp. What the DHCP have like this subnet, netmask, range option. For my project, I think I have shown you guys in the video. So I'm making this. We got range 5 until 10. The domain server is 888. The router is this, and then this my domain name. I just put for my domain.example for the example, right? And then the subnet, and then the mask. I'm sorry guys, I'm sick. I try to explain to you guys how to make a server and client. And then, yeah, I'm showing you guys this. Yeah, the subnet mask, the range 5 until 10. Yep, and this. First of all, we need to DHCP first, because without the IP address, we cannot connect the server and the client. And then I save, I think. I save and then I exit. That's all. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you guys. Before I'm doing this, I forgot to make the curly bracket at the end here, right? Okay, guys can see, right? I forgot. And then I tried to running, right? It cannot. That's why the curly bracket at the end is very, very crucial. And then I'm typing and then I'm save. And then what is this? Sudo nano sudo IP link. IP link setdef ESP down. Yeah, down. That means we need to try to set it after if the sudo system still restart. Yeah, we're restarting the network to make sure that it's properly running. The start. I see. I see. This is for testing that it's running or not, the server. That's all. It's not very easy. It's not very hard. So hostname. So this is hostname for the server 192.168.1.254. And then I go to the client, right? I go to the client. And then I try to hostname, what the hostname for this client, and then it give me the IP address 162.168.1.1.6. And then how to make sure that, wait, I think right. Yep. How to testing the client is running. Yep. This sudo this client.r /r minus r. This means that we need to renew a new IP address. Renew the old IP address to test that the client is running. And then dot minus v, we need to minus v is request requesting a new IP address. Host name minus I. Yep, we got a new IP address for the client. And then I try to ping. I think I try to ping the 6. This is wrong. Don't copy it. Because I try to ping the client from a client. This is, it's got error. Yeah, it's got error. This, I think is, this part, I think, no, yep, I think. And then I go to the server and then I try to ping 1.6. And this I cannot unreachable the ping to the client because I already renew the IP address .7, right? But I tried to ping the .6. That's why I can't ping the server to the client. So you can see this is very we got the packet loss. And then I try figure it out why I can't this until I think I power off the I power off thing. I power off the I power off the client and the server to make sure that it's correct. Because I think I got the problem because of the adapter. I go to the setting to the server. I go to the network, I check adapter 1 is NAT, adapter 2 is internet network. I check is correct. And then I go to the client. Network. Yeah. Adapter 1. Internet network. Yeah. It's correct. I think I forgot because I'm mistaking. I got a mistake because of the not the correct not correct IP address for a client. That's all. That's all. And then I figured it out. I turn it on back for the server, and then I turn it on for the client. And then I think wait up. This is not a very important part. This. Okay, first of all, for the server, I've tried to ping the first I think host name, right? Host name. And then I try to ping to the client. Before that, I go to the client, try to check the host name, .6, and then I go to the server. Yep. This is checking the correct IP address. Ping 6. And then the server tried to connect to the client. And it got it. 4 receive. Yep. 4 transmit and then 4 receive. That means the client received the packets to connect it to ping. And then I go to the client and try to ping to the server. 192.168.1.254. Yep. Then try to connect. Yep. It's connected. I mean, it's ping, right? Ping. And then I go to the server. I try to ping to the DNS. And it's ping. Yep. But for the client, I try to ping the DNS. Then it can't ping because of incoming. False transmit, zero receives, 100% packet loss because of uh, it's not the client not use the NAT. That's all. You use the internet network. Yep, that's all. It's very easy to ping to the server and the client. This is the function of DHCP. That's all I think. Yeah, I think that's all for the video. Yep. Thank you guys for watching. I tried to the best to explain how the explanation of DHCP for our group project. That's all. Thank you to the Dr. Ismail. Thank you for teaching us. That's all for me. I see you guys. I pass to the SFTP Shaki. He will explain you guys for the next step. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Shakir and I am the one who is responsible for doing SFTP part in this project. So, what is SFTP? SFTP is actually stands for Secure File Transfer Protocol or SSH File Transfer Protocol. It is a network protocol used to safely transfer, access and manage files between a computer and a server. It works by using SSH, which is Secure Shell, to create an encrypted connection, which ensure all the data including loading, credential and file contents is protected from unauthorized access. This means anyone intercepting the network cannot reach your password or files, unlike traditional FTP, which sends data in plain text and can be easily intercepted. SFTP keeps everything encrypted throughout the session. It allows users to upload, download, delete, rename and manage files on a remote system, making it widely used in server management, web hosting and system administration. Because it runs over SSH, users must authenticate using a username and password or SSH key before gaining access. In this project, SFTP is implemented as a part of a core network service on a Debian Linux server within a private virtual network. The SFTP service allows internal users, specifically a Linux client, to securely upload and download files from the server. The service is intended for internal network communication and does not require direct access from external networks. So that's it, SFTP. Now we go to the step-by-step configuration how to set up SFTP in the Debian. So first of all, we enter this command, which is sudo apt install open sh -server -y, and we enter the password. So for this one, I already installed it, so it will appear something like this. So to check the status of the SFTP, command like this is need to be entered, which is sudo systemctl status ssh, and as we can see here, the status is active, so which means the SFTP is running. For the next step, we need to create user. So for this example, I use our group name, which is Peppermint, and in the server, in this one I already created it, so it appears something like this. If not, we need to enter to set the new password for the new user. And for the next step, we need to create a directory for SFTP. For the directory, I'll make it to the SFTP Peppermint upload. After we create the directory, we need to change the ownership, so it can be accessed. So the command will be like this. It's in the video. Sudo chown root SFTP and chmod 755 SFTP and sudo chon peppermint SFTP peppermint upload. So it will change the ownership of the file of the directory. After we change the ownership, we need to configure the SSH inside the nano, and we need to enter this command to change to configure the SSH. After we enter the nano, we need to add this command match user peppermint root directory SFTP peppermint force command internal SFTP x11 forwarding no, allow TCP forwarding no, and then we save it. And then we need to restart the SSH by entering this command, which is sudo systemctl restart SSH, and the SSH will be restart. And now for the testing procedure, we go to the client, next client, and we enter this command sftp peppermint at the IP address, the server IP, which is 192.162.1.254 to connect with the SFTP, and then we need to enter the password. Now we already connected to the SFTP. So after we connected to SFTP, we change the directory to upload. So we enter this command to actually test the upload by entering put test.txt, which is the file that we use to test the SFTP. As you can see, when something like this appear, it means it's uploading and it's succeeded, upload successfully. Now we're going to verify it in the server. We entered ls-l /sftp /peppermint /upload, and the file is there, test.txt is there, which means it's been uploaded successfully. And we try to test what inside the file by entering cat /sftp /peppermint /upload /test.txt. Yes, that is the content of the file, which is hello baksu 1213. Now we try to download it. To download it, we need to enter the get test.txt. See, when something like this appear, it means it's been downloaded successfully. Now we exit the SFTP to try the same thing with the server. ls-l test.txt. Yeah, it's there, test.txt. And the same one, cat test.txt. Yes, it's appeared there. So this means that SFTP is working correctly and successfully configured. So that's all from my part. Thank you very much.
My name is Nur Atira Atilia, and for our Group Minis project, I was responsible for the web service setup and testing. The main objective of this layer is data presentation. We selected NGINX as our HTTP web server because it provides outstanding high performance stability and running efficiency within a private Linux environment. Our web server is deployed directly on our virtual Linux server at the static IP address 192.168.1.254. Its purpose is to serve internal corporate web resources to our connected Linux client workstation. To implement this service cleanly, I followed a structured 7-step deployment strategy. First, I update our local repository indexes and install the NGINX package using sudo apt install nginx. Next, I configure a custom server block, configuration file under /etc/nginx/sites available /example.com. Inside this file, I explicitly told NGINX to listen on port 18, design it to the domain name as example.com, and point the root directory to our dedicated path. Third, I created that dedicated web document root folder at /var/www/example.com to keep our custom corporate site isolated from the default NGINX index. Fourth, I generated a custom landing page saying hello from example.com and recursively transferred ownership of the path to the standard web server system profile www.data. Fifth, I activated the site by creating a symbolic link to the site's enable directory and ran sudo nginx -t to cross-check our configuration file syntax for errors, which passed successfully. Finally, I restarted the engine service and adjusted our uncompleted firewall parameters to permit traffic securely using the NGINX full profile. Next is testing and verification procedures, which to guarantee our implementation was fully operational, I conduct dual verification routines across both the server and client virtual machines. On the server side, I installed the curl tool utility to test our engine locally from the command line, running curl -i http //localhost, return a clean http /1.1 200 OK status, header response, confirming the server process was stable. I then launch a graphical web browser in our server VM and enter our static gateway address, which loaded the global NGINX landing page flawlessly. On client side, the definitive test was whether our isolated workstation could retrieve this access over the internal network switch fabric. After checking that our client VM automatically fetched its internal IP from DHCP, I launched its default Firefox web browser and navigated directly to https://192.168.1.254. As you can see in our report capture, the browser successfully loaded our custom corporate landing page reading hello from example.com. This fully proved that our host routing interfaces, background firewalls, and data distribution structures are seamlessly configured and working exactly as intended. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. My name is Muhammad Adiputra Aiman bin Awang and I am responsible for the individual component of our mini project, which is the implementation and configuration of the database server. To explain the usage of our database, we select MariaDB to act as a secure centralized data warehouse for our corporate network. Before we starting, we will update and upgrade the system. We using sudo apt update to update the system first. And now using sudo apt upgrade minus y to update the system. After upgrading, we can install the database engine direct from our package repository now using sudo apt install mariadb minus server minus y. After install, next we will use the system service controller to secure that the MariaDB automatic start up every single time using sudo systemctl enable MariaDB and sudo systemctl start MariaDB. Okay. To secure our database instance and certify enterprise security, we will run the modern native MariaDB Secure Wizard. This script allows us to set a secure root password, disable remote root access, and remove enables user profile. We use sudo MariaDB minus secure minus installation. Okay. We can use no for unit socket authentication if you want, or if you yes, it's also safe, I guess, but I will use no for unit socket authentication. Okay. You can yes if you want to change the root password, and no if you don't. You don't want to change. Okay, you can remove, yes, you want to remove anonymous, and y for privilege table. Okay, now you can use MariaDB. So, yes, using sudo mysql to enter the MariaDB monitor. Now we on the MariaDB monitor, we use create database to create the database in the MariaDB. Okay, create database company is my example. Now we creating the company DB database, and if you want to use company DB database, we use USE. And now we using company DB database. So in this database, we want to create the table. We create table employees and insert the values in the table. Before we insert the value, we create the table first. What need to have in the employee, like ID as a primary key, name of the employees with varchars, anything 50, or if you want anything, and employees departments. We also using varchars 50, and we create enter. Now we have a employees table. Now we need to insert into we need to insert the data to the employee table using insert into employees value like ID1, names, what we should use. Anything like what's the name you want to use? I'm using Nabil. Okay. And Nabil's department. IT. And we can insert more than one. We just need this part. Okay. After inserting the data to the employees table, we now select all from the table employees for the table employees. Okay, now we can see the ID, the name, and the department in the box like that, and we exit. Now we exiting the MariaDB system using exit. And now let's try. We must verify the networking capability of our Linux server as per our network topology system topology diagram. The server connect to our outside internet via the ETH1 interface. Let's test this connection using a continuous ping to Google server using ping google.com. Okay, we can see here it's running and we can stop whenever we want. The server successfully received ICMP echo reply, proving that it has a working active link to our outside internet. Okay. Next, let's step to the specific connectivity constraint required by our topologies. While the server can reach the internet, the virtual Linux client is restricted to internal networking only. First, let's attempt to ping Google from the client terminal to prove the internet is blocked. 1, 2, 3, 4. For ping -C4, we successfully ping 4 from google.com. Okay. As expected, the request is complete 4 times. Let's change to clients, to our clients. Same as a server, let's prove the internal networking work perfectly by pinging our server gateway at its static internal IP address using ping -C for our IP address 192.168.1.254. Okay, perfect. The four tests are sent and received by 0% packet loss. This conclusively proved that our internal network bridge is operating exactly as designed by the assignment specification. That concludes my individual demonstration. Before that, I'm gonna also test if client can ping to server using ping google.com. C for google.com. Okay. As you can see, at client, we cannot use ping-c for google.com. Okay, that's conclude my individual demonstration video for the database and network. Thank you very much.
What is the main purpose of DHCP in a network?
What's the main purpose of DHCP? The main purpose of DHCP is DHCP is automatically assign IP address and network configuration parameters to client, reducing manual configuration and avoiding IP conflict. That's all.
Okay, the next question is, how can you verify the DHCP service is running on a server?
How can you verify the DHCP service is running on server? That's easy. By checking the DHCP service status using command like system cps status IIC minus DHCP minus service in Linux, or verifying active list with IP config. That's all. Okay, I want to ask you a question. Why SFTP preferred over FTP for file transfer?
SFTP is preferred over FTP because SFTP encrypt both commands and data, ensuring secure authentication and file transfer. While FTP they send data in a plain text, so it's easily intercepted. How can you test SFTP between client and server? We can test an SFTP connection by using the command SFTP user add server IP and performing simple operation like ls, put or get to confirm connectivity and file transfer. So Atida, what is the role of web server in a network?
Okay, the answer for your question is the web server host and deliver message to clients via HTTPS protocols, allowing users to access websites through browser.
So Atilia, how do we test our web server working correctly?
Okay, the answer is by entering the server's IP or domain in a browser and checking if the host web page loads successfully.
What is a primary function of a database server?
The database server store, manage and provide structured access to data, enabling application and user to query and update information efficiently.
I want to ask you a question. How can you confirm a successful database connection from a client?
Okay, by using a client tool, such as MySQL -u user -p -h server _IP, and running a simple query like show database to verify connectivity.